different parts of a quilt, because I know it sounds very confusing when you start quilting. People start about quilt tops, patchwork, applique, border strips, sashing, fussy cutting, all kinds of terms. But you are new, you've barely learned what a quilt is, but now you want to know how do you start quilting, but before you want to know a little bit more about the different parts of a quilt. Well, today I'm going to tell you together with a plant. It's called Alocasia. Yes, I keep the things they give because I never remember the name of plants. Okay, what is a quilt? I'm going to show you with this mini example and some other piles of stuff I have here. A quilt consists of 3 layers. Let's start with that. It's called a quilt sandwich. The 3 layers are a quilt top, which consists of several of these blocks together, which is the front, usually the pretty part of a quilt. You make a quilt top by sewing the different pieces of fabric somehow together. There are several techniques for that, such as applique, patchwork, foundation piecing and things like that, which I will go into in another video. But so suffice to know, a quilt top is the front, just 1 layer. In that there will be a batting, which is what makes the quilt warm and soft. The batting is a fleece blanket, wool or something like that. As you can see, there's something within the quilt. That's called the batting, which makes it warm and thick. The other part of a quilt sandwich is the backing, which is the back of a quilt, which usually consists of one fabric as a whole. You have fabric that is specifically that size, but you can also just use bed covers, or you can also piece your back if you want to. And after you've made the quilt sandwich, you put a border around it. This is called a border and border strips. And that's are the quilt sandwich and the border. As you can see in some quilts now, a quilt top consists of different parts as well. This is half a finished one, so you can see how it looks. A quilt top can either be 1 block, like this one, or it can consist of several quilt blocks. And a quilt block is one of those pictures. And you can either connect those quilt blocks directly together, or you can use something that's called a sashing. That's are the bright colors in this quilt. With the sashing you can create interesting color effects, and it also creates a little bit of order in your block. So if you tend towards creating chaotic things, but you love order in your life, sashings are the perfect way. Also, you see that the blocks in this quilt were very busy with all the flowers. By making like the brightly colored sashings, it calms down the quilt a little bit. So these are the several parts of a quilt. Do you have questions about any part I've explained to you? Or do you have any other quilt questions? Feel free to visit the free public library on quilting on kickassquilts.org, or leave a comment below with any questions you might still have. Society's trash will be our treasure.